Months from the spotlight, Jamie Foxx is opening up interestingly about the well-being challenges that had him in the clinic and attempting to sort out whether or not I plan to endure we've been sitting tight for quite a long time. And it has at last happened, folks. The foundation grant Victor entertainer Jamie Foxx gave his most memorable video proclamation since the earnest hospitalization that occurred in April this year, and fans couldn't be more joyful to see the entertainer's face and hear his voice. It's been a wild ride for James. And right when everybody thought when everything trust is lost for him, he returned to web-based entertainment to make sense of all that he had experienced in Kid. It seems like the entertainer couldn't hold his tears, depicting how he nearly died. Fella, I went through the ringer, and my street to recuperation had a few potholes. Two greetings, everybody. And welcome back to Celeb Live Station. Among the insane and vile things that at long last uplifting news about Jamie Foxx. And evidently, the entertainer felt sufficiently able to record his own video explanation, where he said thanks to his fans for help and petitions. Lastly, made sense of what he had to deal with and who was at fault in his basic condition recently. The entertainer has previously been spotted riding a boat in Chicago by a few observers, and that has been the principal formal proceedings of the entertainer since April, seeing James responding to fans shooting him. And in any event, weaving back set high expectations for a large number of individuals who had been constantly petitioning God for his recuperation. And much to his admirers' help, Foxx didn't appear to be visually impaired or deadened, as it was accounted for by a few sensationalist newspapers. Music. Now the entertainer at last chose to disperse the other reports encompassing his condition, and he posted an extensive video on his Instagram page where he shared how he went through the ringer in the beyond couple of months since April 11, when he was raced to the medical clinic without cognizant and left individuals wonder about the idea of his condition. It was expressed that even the entertainer's dearest companions didn't know about his condition, and they were honestly saying that the family kept everybody in obscurity. As James' dear companion, Kevin Hart, expressed on May 3, I don't have the foggiest idea about the subtleties, or the specific subtleties concerning what's happening. Yet as far as anyone is concerned, there's a ton of movement in a universe of better fans crashed to this minuscule string of trust, and continued to pick disintegrates of data that Jamie's family permitted to be released, and to numerous alleviation. The Institute grant champ at last made sense of why he didn't maintain that anybody should see his face up to this point. As the entertainer said in his video explanation, he would have rather not harmed fans by the shocking pictures of his body being associated with tubes. So I didn't believe you should see me with tubes a-running out of me. As the entertainer partook in his close-to-home articulation, it was extreme for him to acknowledge his condition while he was confined to bed, and has requested that the family safeguard his protection and not let a solitary word about his genuine condition leave the emergency clinic walls. As per James, he never intended to make such a buzz among his fans, and his main aim was to ensure that the crowd recollects that him positively, not as an individual battling for his life. I can't see you how extraordinary it feels to have your family kick in such a manner. And you all realize they kept it water/airproof. They did not let anything out. Assuming you recall, it was Jamie's little girl Corin, who previously shared the report about her dad's hospitalization on her Instagram. And in that currently erased present, Karen Aston, give family some security. Many individuals pummeled Corin via virtual entertainment for keeping her lips fixed about that. And presently it's difficult to envision what this young lady had to deal with, managing scornful remarks via virtual entertainment, consistently and simultaneously having her father fighting for his life. I bet she had a tendency to share more subtleties of her dad's condition, particularly while perusing insane ideas about Jamie turning blind, or being totally incapacitated from head to toe. Certain individuals said I was visually impaired, yet as you can see, As you can see, the eyes are working fine and dandy now that Jamie gives off an impression of being back, and his well-being and life are out of risk. The entertainer is resolved to return to work, and he previously prodded his fans with a few forthcoming undertakings, one of them called They Clone Tyrone. Some of the time, he wants to start to sob uncontrollably. I don't maintain that you should see me like that. I believe you should see me chuckling, living it up, celebrating, telling a wisecrack, doing a film, Jamie said. That this well-being alarm transformed him into an extremely debilitated man. And there's a difficult experience to recuperation. Before him, in spite of the torrential slide of entanglements, the entertainer is anxious to have returned to work. And on July 20, he previously prodded his fans with another photograph of him sitting on an extravagant hustling vehicle with the chief grateful for my bet Meg Gum family at an extraordinary few evenings in Vegas. We got huge things coming soon. Many fans are glad to see Jamie tending to his unexpected problem. Himself lastly interfacing every one of the specs in this story, as one individual remarked, it was perfect to hear from him, taking a gander at the state of his face. He seems as though he went through something. It looks more modest, like he lost some weight. I'm happy he's improving. And another client added, say thanks to God. And I typically don't remark on VIPs. Yet something terrible occurred. And I'm happy this man endured. This world has become unusual. It's truly perfect to see Jamie, an incredible soul, and being genuine and open about the battles he had gone through. He wasn't afraid to seem powerless. And surprisingly, focus on how frightened he was during these months. This is precisely exact thing. His fans love him for the consistently bright temperament and good outlook. It was even expressed that the entertainer set up a party before last week at his rehabilitation clinic, evidently wishing to celebrate life and fresh starts. The source uncovered that Foxx hosted a gathering to celebrate being better. It was held at the Chicago recovery office he has been going to, as the insider who works in the office guaranteed, has been really buckling down these most recent few months to fully recover, and has enormously improved since he originally got to the office. It seems like the most startling part are behind, and the entertainer has returned to partaking in his life and doing the things he cherishes the most, including his work as an entertainer in television. I'm returning and I'm ready to work. So I need to thank individuals that let me work. And it appears to be so ideal to see Jamie having positive expectations about his future, in light of the fact that the damnation he had experienced could break him intellectually, yet clearly, with the assistance of his family, he saw as way back to light. And presently he appears to appreciate basic joys of life, like strolling and moving, and not being disabled in cylinder bed. His clashing video proclamation was loaded up with such countless feelings and opinion. Yet what makes it more significant is that we saw genuine Jamie, as we probably are aware and love, who might tell an unexpected wisecrack, even subsequent to sad words. You realize, someone was telling my name clone. Well, look at this currently. Even the drawn-out, difficult experience to recuperation in front of him. Jamie is glad to keep dealing with his film ventures, and fans are glad to see a greater amount of his ability on the screen, separated from the cloned Tyrone, which I referenced before. Fox has a couple of different movies coming out. He stars as the Pixie Men in God, is a shot-in-activity film coordinated by Scratch Cassavetes. She was alive 14 days prior, and voice is a canine named Bug, alongside Will Ferrell in the adults-only satire Strays and Performance Centers, August 18. While many individuals accept that the entertainer ought to go on vacation and make a delay to completely recuperate, it seems like Jamie needs to hop straight on the set again. I simply needed to hop on here and let you in on that. I'm returning all around. We should trust that these fresh starts will give him joy and fulfillment, and the entertainer will rapidly disregard the things he had encountered while being confined to bed in the emergency clinic. Perhaps there's a greater amount of the story than Jamie says right now, and knowing that he's a seriously confidential man and could do without showing his life, There will be more detail surfacing once he's prepared, as one individual remarked happy he's OK. This is the best result ideally in time. He can share more about his experience and contact individuals and help other people find mending all over the planet. And another client added, I didn't anticipate that he should be in so great a shape in view of what individuals were talking about. That is a significant gift. He went through something, yet seems as though he emerged from it OK. Well, as many fans notice, the most compelling thing presently is to see Jane's face.